Islam, that's fine, man. But we want our lives and to live in a certain environment. And I'm not talking about a Al Qaeda, goddamn Al Qaeda environment or goddamn, stuff, foolish ISIS environment, crazy stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about simple. And I'm sick today. I feel sick. I might have ate something that was no good. A simple pseudo, sort of like Malaysia, like an environment that was sort of known like a Malaysia or like a Qatar. Qatar is a perfect example of Qatar, like a Qatar, Doha, Qatar, type of environment, or a Kuwait type of environment, like that type of Islam. It's sort of fluid and smooth, and that's not harsh. Kuwaiti Islam, Qatari Islam, it's not harsh. It's not kind of harsh like a Saudi, like here. Like I give you an example. You know that pretense here, even though there's a lot of fornication, right? There's a lot of nasty sex going on in Europe, right? But on the surface of the society, you just don't easily go and talk to people like that in public. Talk to women like that in public. You don't just easily do that. Talk to whoever you want to in public. You obey the normal cultures and norms. There is no getting your freak on and dating. I mean, some guys don't care and they get it, but it's usually known that the way that happens is you come downtown, and the women that are coming down to get their rocks on, those are the ones that are available that want to get drunk, and there is a declared culture, and this is something you cannot interfere with, even as a Muslim. You have no we're not in Western culture and values and norms and laws and dictums. We don't have a right to interfere in that. That the bars and the pubs and the restaurants, which is a combination of pubs and bars, because liquor is served. And then as a Muslim, we're not supposed to be in that kind of environment where the booze is flowing. The stuff with the dark stuff with the head on it. And all that kind of stuff and other things is flowing. Even a lot of restaurants. Those are the places where they get their stuff, getting themselves loosened up from what? From this strict, tight butted, this tight ass, tight culture of not talking to anybody. How dare you and all that kind of stuff, and foreigner and outside and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff gets loose with the plowing of the liquor and the booze, and that way you get the woman. You get her once her sensory aspects or her sensory fortifications are whittled down or washed away or worn down or eroded down by liquor and booze, when her better senses are gone and pummeled away. I don't want to be with somebody like that, man. That's not in their right mind, and that gives me opportunity when she's more relaxed, as if I dropped a date drug in her drink, and now she's more pliable to spread her legs open. I don't want nobody like that, man. I want somebody that accept me in their right, clear, lucid, sober mind and clear senses that knows who I am. Not some kind of bullshit like that, man. And that's the general. I'm not attacking this culture. I'm talking about in general in Europe. It's like that. A lot of Europe is like that. You get them when they drunk, stuff like that. That's the only way the women are so wild horses, like the Icelandic brother said. They're like wild horse, meaning you gotta. If you ever watch horses being in the old movies of medieval and other times, in the Irish Highlands and all that in Scotland, you tame them and to be able to have to catch a horse. And yeah, there are specific movies around the narrative of horsing and subduing, taming a horse, be getting that horse to be forcing it to be your friend, and how you got to ride it and be bounced, and the horse is kicking and flaying, around, with his hind legs and throwing you and bucking and all that, getting a lot of these western highlanded mountain surrounded type of women. They're like that. They like that. You get a hold of them before you can get them in the cave and start thrusting. Them bouncers like that. You got to go through all that flame before they subdue to you and let you mount them. So you can start riding and all that. That kind of stuff. Very difficult to deal with, and we don't need to be going through that as Muslims, but at the same time, a lot of those Western women don't like it that Muslim women also don't have the freedom to be buck wild. That's why they told it, the term is called buck wild. to be buck wild and do what they want to do, and Muslim women are repressed by this family honor and this social norm of family embarrassment. That this is not a good girl and all that. But now with the proliferation of videos being put on websites, on lewd adult websites, using camera phones of men that film them, or fellow other women filming them of themselves, or other women filming other sisters with put her with hijab doing some very naughty things, outside, sexual things. And a lot of them, not all, a lot of them are not married. They're unmarried, and this is why the scholars, the ulama, hated the camera video phone. Yeah, I mean camera on smartphones, even when they were dumb phones like old Nokias and other types of cameras. They hated it, and they foresaw, not prophesied, but with a sort of ilham. They foresaw that this would be used, and now they got whole sites where you can see the clippings of people wearing the hijab, wearing the niqab, wearing the purdah and all that, and getting stuck and getting banged by men or other men or multiple men and all that kind of nonsense. And sometimes they'll cover their face so that you can't see, but these are people that are walking right around you, and you think these are good girls. Very bad, man. Very bad, man. Very bad. Yeah, very bad, man. So, I cursed the ulama. I cursed them, those who allow this, or the scholars. I curse them in Allah's name, the ones who don't allow marriage and who prevent marriage. Allahumma ameen. May Allah curse them and remove them, man. May He remove them, man. You can say, may the same be for you, but we'll see who do I get answered. But I say this with sincerity. I should first say, may Allah give them hidayah to stop doing it. But if they persist, may Allah curse them and remove them and put people that are better and more amicable to creating a structure to allow people, anybody with the fortitude and with the honesty and clarity who wants to marry a woman, regardless of the ethnicity or the crossing of the ethnic lines. Allahumma ameen. May He bring about community members like that, because these people are causing destruction and fasha, they call it in the world. They call it fasha, for not allowing people to get married. People going home, women going there playing with themselves out. Older women, but even older women and all that kind of stuff. A lot of them do that, the older women stuff, because they can't nikah people of a mutual choice. I mean, if I see a woman and I mutually choose her and attracted and appeal to her, and then she mutually finds me appealing to her, there's no way to follow that tangent, to continue to fulfill that tangent towards marriage and consummation and a permanent life link. There's no way to do that with these communities, these corrupt communities. No way, man, because a lot of these men get involved with their stupid knobs. They get involved and they stop it. Some stupid women too.